Hello, I'm working in UN Environment and the video is made for gaining support from audiences including the UN agency, mainly for money support. This video is to show how globalization is causing different types of pollutions around the world and how UNEP could help with the damage and figure out the way to prevent pollution in the future. This is an image from UN Environment official site opening page. The question is, how is UN Environment helping with worldwide environmental damage caused by globalization? This is an image from Journal of Sustainability Education site. The question is, how is UN Environment helping with worldwide environmental damage caused by globalization? This is an image from chrispacific.com. Let's go through process in order. This is an image from corporate leader site. How did globalization cause different pollutions all over the world? What we, UNEP, is doing to less damage or even prevent it for future and human health. This is an image from LinkedIn.com. At the point, many people will have a question pop in their mind. What is the relationship between globalization and environment damage? In other words, how does globalization affect environment? These images are drawn by me. Globalization leads to increase of consumption of product, which impacts ecological cycle. Globalization causes rise in pollution level, especially the amount of fuel used to transfer the products. It can also affect the environment negatively with noise pollution or land intrusion. Moreover, transporting causes non-renewable sources of energy, such as gasoline. Looking at globalization in an industrial viewpoint, various chemical wastes are thrown in soil which result in noxious plants. For example, plastic is a harmful waste on soil because it is not a biodegradable source. All in all, globalization can cause various pollutions like air, chemical, water, land, marine, or waste pollutions. There are two significant examples of pollutions happening around the world. This is an image from corresponsibility.com. Air pollution is a serious problem in the world now, and China is causing critical damage, especially Beijing. Beijing causes serious air pollution because of the emission from more than 5 million motor vehicles, coal burning with nearby resident regions, dust storms from north. Those images are orderly from mashivable.com, abc.net.au, and n.people.cn. Since China is one of the most highest populated countries that contains enormous sized labor market, then because of globalization, especially worldwide trading, China benefits a lot by the mass production of consumer goods and that makes massive factories running. The smog from factories cause serious air pollution and even worse with the dust storm. It affects neighbor countries such as Korea, and now also a country has serious problem with fine dust. This is an image from geology.com. The air pollution is usually caused from yellow dust storm and it can spread all over to neighbor countries such as Korea or Japan and even far away to the west coast of US and is spreading all over the world now. This is a screenshot from a video from YouTube where it introduces Achim Steiner during Global Goals Week. Here's his speech. Further, UNEP Executive Director Achim Steiner said, more and more people around the world are affected by air pollution and suffering adverse health effects as a consequence. The current global response to pervasive poor air quality is inadequate. Despite this lack of a holistic response, numerous countries and regions are coming up with effective and cost-effective measures to improve air quality. The Sustainable Development Goals provide an opportunity to replicate those best practices globally and bring about cleaner air and social and economic benefit worldwide. In 2014, the international community at the first UNEA asked us to support global efforts to improve air quality. We launched several programs, including an initiative to develop a low-cost sensor that can be used across the developing world to track and address pollution hotspots. This is an image from disasterdisplacement.org. Secondly, currently in the developed technology, it is hard to escape from chemical damage anywhere in your life. Today, people use more than 100,000 different chemicals, and if it's not properly managed, it can cause a problem to human health, such as acute poisoning, cancers, birth defects, neurological disorders, or hormone disruption. It can also lead to depletion of ozone layer, species, or ecosystem. Ozone Action initiative work with governments and industry is developing countries to help them repeal ozone-depleting chemicals. Now, we're pushing ahead with a new project, which is a theme of 2017 Environment Assembly opened by President of the Assembly, Dr. Edgar Gutierrez Espeleta, Minister of Environment and Energy of Costa Rica. The main objective of this process is to develop in a transparent and inclusive manner a joint vision and achievable actions to address pollution in its various forms at a global scale. Those videos are from UNEP official site, especially Ozone Action Project. Why is the pollution such a problem? Pollution is a problem that ultimately causes damage due to its effects on nature including air, water, and soil. The elderly and weak people are affected by pollution the most because they have less immunity from virus. These people are the ones in our society who need the most protection. Although humans can individually protect themselves from pollution by wearing gas masks and polluted air or drinking filtered water, it is difficult to prevent natural pollution permanently. For example, chemical pollution corrupts soil, but farmers still grow crops in polluted soil and the harvested crop become our meal. These foods grown from polluted soil can affect our health, especially causing serious damage to pregnant women by exposing the baby to chemicals and eventually leading to bodily deform. If only few babies are deformed, it would not affect the human society severely, but these are already happening and ultimately, someday, a majority of human beings can be deformed. Not only newborn babies are affected by chemicals, but also further scientific studies have shown that adults experience defects or obesity due to chemical exposure. Then what about chemical pollution in water? Filtering water is already mentioned, but how about in case when you eat what is from the exposure water, such as fish? Lead-poisoned fish is already an issue happening in the world. When persons eat a fish exposed by lead, it will build up and stain their body and damage an organ system. Including fish and species live in water, species on ground are not safe too. How about beef, pork, chicken, lamb, or such things are eaten by meat? They eat grass, plants or smaller animal that is exposed from chemical composition, and certainly it will get into our body. The most problem from all these facts that they are not escapable unless we get rid of the situation, and after a few decades, the human race will suffer from consequences from causing pollution by lower immunity. At the moment, by summarizing the pollutions caused by global interaction makes humankind weaker, we decided to find ways to less pollutions running with. This is an official site of UNEP introducing Towards a Pollution-Free Planet project. Towards a Pollution-Free Planet project this year, which is turning environment more ecosystemic. We're finding eco-solutions around the world rather than spending tons of money to clean chemical-corrupted environments because eco-friendly way of solution will affect positively even for future. There are some well-known eco-friendly solutions. For example, electric car, eco-friendly products, or renewable energy containing solar power, wind power, geothermal power, biomass power, or hydroelectric power. Including our UNEP project teams, a lot of scientists are and conduct a study in eco-friendly solution. This is the evaluation for two particular sources I used. The source is a diagram from an article from CNN written by Joshua Berlinger, Steve George, and Serenity Wang. It created on 16th of January in 2017. The diagram is from 2016 World Health Organization report, which does not show a particular author's name, but it is relevant because the source is used for CNN News. Every news article or report sources must be relevant and reliable. The origin of the source explains why it is reliable. It is from World Health Organization, group of people who works for health and worldwide, which connects them that they need to find and analyze what affect human health, such as a pollutant. The map is made to show which cities in China are most polluted. This clearly shows how is one of most polluted country has serious problem with air condition. The effect have most impact because the map is close up for capital and nearby regions that can emphasize even more. The form of sources is relevant to show different database at once easily by using a data map. Citizens in China, especially people from the Shan region, are intended audiences because the citizens must know how seriously polluted air China has. Although the map does not show a particular time period when the data is recorded, we can tell about the piece shows an accurate database because CNN News quoted the map to show readers and audiences impact of air pollutants in China negatively. The map clearly shows data of an average daily micrograms of air level for particular regions in China, but the data does not show how other regions or other countries' average air level is, which makes the data cannot clarify itself. How is the air pollution this serious if the readers do not have a clear information about a reference point of noxious air? The source is an official site of UN Environment, especially introducing a project they're pushing ahead to make the world be free from any kind of pollutions and make the world towards a pollution-free planet. Since the data is an official site from part of UN agency, a particular author or date period is not written. However, the database proves itself as a reliable source by using it in UN official site. Even though readers cannot discover about if the author is pertinent to the source, they can discover the author is an expert in world environment and pollution. This source is for showing the towards a free pollution planet, mainly launched to protect human health and environment. The project stands ability that pollutions are avoidable and readers can find the site is really standing out practical solutions for pollution reduce targeting by showing solid examples of their plan. The value of the source cannot be clearly defined because the source editor and created date is not defined. For a limitation, even though the source contains concrete examples of how to make the worldwide pollutions controllable and avoidable, but explanation of impact of eco-solutions are briefly explained. In conclusion, we are helping worldwide pollution by pushing ahead with towards a pollution-free planet and also an action initiative work with governments. We are always more than welcome to gain support from you to free world from pollutions. Thanks for watching.